kids and turn on the TV. Gonna watch some shot on video movies. But the slate, Tony and Maddie. The SOBs who love SOV. The SOBs who love SOV.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the SOBs who love SOV. I am Becca, and I am here with my analog co-hosts, Slade the Daddy.
Hello.
That sounds really weird if you don't know the context. And Maddie Deering.
Hey.
And drum roll, please, the last drive-in Silver Bolo award-winning motherfucker Tony fucking Masiello.
Oh
Yeah.
Getting the Silver Bolo, is it the one I suggested to you?
It certainly is. It's called sovhorror.com, and it's a website and a documentary video series and a podcast. And it's the most comprehensive guide to shot on video horror on the web.
How appropriate for VHS night.
Founded 20 years ago by Tony Masiello of San Diego. They go out and find filmmakers and actors who worked on shot on video films, including Doug Matley of Sledgehammer fame.
They found Doug Matley? I was looking for information on Doug Matley. Did Doug have anything interesting to say about being a sledgehammer-wielding lumberjack?
He said they didn't spend a lot of time on character development.
So if you've wandered onto sovhorror.com and wandered onto SOBs who love SOV, you know exactly what we're talking about. Joe Bob and Darcy did a shot on video weekend episodes a couple weekends ago, and SOV horror, and in fact this podcast got mentioned for the Silver Bolo Awards. So Tony, I think you probably found out because Slade and I sent you 4,000 messages while you were asleep. Is that correct?
Yeah, I didn't really know till the next morning. I kept getting all these notifications, and I'm just like, I'm taking tonight off. I'm not answering any messages.
The one night you decide.
Yeah, and I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, needed to take a raging dump, and while I'm on the toilet, I discovered that I won the Silver Bolo Award.
As
right.
you do.
So I mean, that was obviously a surprise for you, I'm sure. I do know that I was watching, because I knew it was going to be like VHS night. That's how they were kind of saying it. And then they started playing Sledgehammer, and I just had such a bad week, and I actually had tears in my eyes when they started playing Sledgehammer. I'm like, no, this isn't VHS. They're doing shot on video. Oh my God. So I've just, I had the thing live the whole time, mopping my floor. And then my dog peed on the floor. And then between movies, I had to let him out. And I came back, and I have like 1,000 messages, and about 300 were from Slade. Did that just happen? What the fuck? What the fuck? Did that just really happen? And I'm like, what? You can't rewind when you're watching it on the live stream, And then, I've got a million people like, that's your show, isn't it? I don't know, because I was cleaning dog pee, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Slade and I were freaking the fuck out. But
Yeah, we were so happy for you, Tony. Oh my God. That's so
Very
awesome.
cool, and honestly, to me, it's just a win-win for fans of shot on video horror. It's quite interesting to see companies like Vinegar Syndrome and other companies starting to pick up SOV horror movies, and now Shudder. And so, I mean, it's just a great time for anyone who loves shot on video horror. So, I like to say I didn't get to do an acceptance speech with Joe Bob, but if I did do one, I would say it's actually a win for everyone who loves shot on video horror.
exactly.
I mean, that's why we do this stuff. So.
Right. And the fact that they played their second movie was one of the fucking worst shot on video films. Like, you have to love shot on video to love things. And I think we all love things.
Yeah. Yeah. I was very much debating on whether to wear my SOV horror or my things shirt.
Oh,
things to celebrate Tony's award, or or the website, which is fucking awesome, and you should visit it, sovhorror.com.
But it like you said, it's totally a win for everybody who's been in it. They mentioned a Tim Ritter. They didn't mention my name, but mentioned a Tim Ritter movie, a Donna Farmer movie, Todd Sheets, Clint Kelly, who has made Sledgehammer his his life. Jonathan Knight, our fearless leader at B Movie Madness on Facebook. So it's a cool thing. And again, okay, so then we had, half the internet going, what the fuck is Joe Bob making us watch? You know what? Big middle finger to you, because my side of the internet was fucking stoked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sledgehammer is like legitimately an entertaining film. I really, really like it. And things is an acquired taste.
Yeah, I mean, again, some of it comes with nostalgia, but some of it comes with appreciation. And in his speech at the very end, I think it was, he did it at the end of Sledgehammer, and he said, people are like, Joe Bob, why are you showing me this movie? He said, because this movie exists. It is a thing, and we're going to celebrate it. And I think anybody who has ever tried to make an independent horror film, who's ever supported independent horror, that resonated like hardcore with all of us.
Yeah.
Did you get the warm fuzzies, Tony, when you heard him talking about it? And
while you were taking your 3 a.m. raging dump.
I'll say, being a long-term Joe Bob fan, I mean, it was definitely surreal, and it's great to be, acknowledged for all the work I've been doing over these years. And I just, I'm not going to lie, with the company's been in trouble lately, and I've been trying to keep things going. So it's kind of a weird thing. Like literally the week before, I'm like, am I shutting down my company? And then I get this award, so it's kind of surreal, and but I'm very fortunate. I feel very fortunate, to get that recognition. It really means a lot. And I hope I can keep this thing going. So to just throw my plug out there, go to sovhorror.com and pick up some DVDs.
Do it.
Do it, people.
Do it.
I love how, like, normally, like, I would have been like, oh, really? Like, on my birthday, you posted a picture of me halfway topless in one of your movies, and you're like, hey, it's Becca's birthday. You want to see your tits? $10. Natasha and I. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? You go, Tony. You go. You use my tits in my birthday.
Well, it was your birthday. I wanted to celebrate, you being in the film. I mean, it's so cool to have you and Nattie both involved in that movie. And
definitely.
We're all working on the sequel right now, and I'm hoping to get all of my fellow SOBs involved in one way or another with the sequel. So,
yeah,
super excited.
I'm trying, and you might be surprised. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I take it we're going to be surprised.
Well, I mean, by the product, if it comes out in a halfway decent way. So
I have faith in you.
We'll see. Too. Between baby, it's rough, but yeah.
Right. That's the daddy part, by the way, guys. That's actually probably the biggest reason we've been on hiatus for so long is Slade had a new little SOP.
Yes.
Woo! Yes. And he even has a little onesie. Thanks to us, we bought him an SOV onesie.
Yes. Thank you so much. And the way to throw me under the bus though.
No, this is important shit. We need to create the next generation. You're doing the hard work right now.
Yes, got to ease him in slow, and when you take it, like we were talking about, when he goes down to sleep, show him the extended cut of the boarding house. So, I'd put anybody to sleep, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for real.
Or anything by Nick Millard.
Yeah. All
right. So, okay, we're back, and we are here to talk about the 1992 movie Chickboxer, which
Chickboxer.
this is one that this is in my realm of, there are a lot of movies that I watched one time and I didn't remember them until Slade Shepherd came into my life. I'm not kidding. I mean, you know, there was a lot of like, oh my God, I used to watch that movie all the time. Oh my God, I used to like, let's do a podcast about this shit, you know? And this was one I didn't realize that I had seen it before until probably about 5 minutes into the movie. There's a video store scene, and the video store is called Video World. And that's where I worked in 1992. Not that one, and it wasn't very original. And then we also found out Maddie Deering also worked at a Video World.
Yep, my first job in 2007 to 2009.
If you've ever worked at a store named Video World or Video City or Video Madness, you know, put it in the comments. They weren't exactly original, but so I don't even know which one of us picked this. I'm thinking
it was me.
It was Tony. So Tony, why did you pick this wonderful film?
Well, you know, I'll be honest. I wanted to pick something short.
Oh, because we all busy, kids. We all busy.
Yeah.
And this one, you know, I'm just I don't want to give away too much of my feelings on this movie until the end. But I like Chickboxer, and anyone who knows me knows I'm a sucker for anything with Michelle Bauer. And she has a nice little cameo in this, I'm sure we'll get to. So I thought it'd be a fun one for us to discuss. And it's different. It's not a horror movie. You know, we haven't really tackled like an action movie or any type of other genre really. So I figured it was time to try, you know, get some action.
Right. SOV horror is branching out. So yeah, so this movie, I watched it, and I believe Slade watched it from a VHS rip that Tony had and sent us. And I was delighted that the first thing on there was a trailer for Robot Ninja.
So was I.
Oh, you watched it too?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've seen the Blu-ray, and Tony had said the VHS was a little bit different, so I watched the
yeah, and there was also tracking like on the screen, which just brings you back a little bit more. So yeah, this does have some serious J.R. Bookwalter roots in it as well. And then also a movie I had forgotten about, Murder Weapon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That looked good. I want to watch it.
I love it. It's so good. Vinegar Syndrome, I think, put that out a while back on Blu-ray.
And
so I have to pick it up.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I was like, oh yeah, I like that movie. And then I tried to like watch it on all the usual, because I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not into pirating and bootleg, but when you like SOV, the first place you're going to go is YouTube, because half of this shit is not made it to, you know, any kind of other streaming service or whatever. And I was like, oh, I can't find it on YouTube. So this must be like super cool now. Must have like an awesome place you can get it, but I couldn't find it anywhere on eBay or Amazon either.
And it's interesting that, you know, so this was put out by Cinema Home Video, which was Dave Dakota's video company. And Dave Dakota made Murder Weapon. But it's interesting their choice of trailers on the VHS, because it's Robot Ninja and Murder Weapon, which are like their only shot on film movies, I think, put out by Cinema Home Video. So they definitely weren't showing you trailers for the SOV stuff on this one.
You know, and isn't it funny that did JR ever do a shot on video movie? I mean, did he ever do his own shot on video movie? Because I don't
by Dakota, so I don't really know if technically if he did, unless you count the mini DV movies he did for like Full Moon and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, so he gets like lumped into this whole like realm, just, you know, but he always was the one who had the camera, like the actual film camera, from all the stories that I hear.
I mean, he did direct some of those Dakota ones, though. I mean, didn't he do? I think he did Kingdom of the Vampire. Obviously, Ozone's SOV.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. Regardless, we take him under our wing. We love you, JR. Okay,
Exactly.
so if there's nothing else that you would remember about this movie, if you've seen it, you would remember the 10-minute credits of a girl lacing up her pink high top Converse. Which is a testament to how many people worked on this movie, by the way. Because it lasts the whole, you're like, no, they're not going to go to the end. No. They're just, it's time lapse. Nope. Languidly. Every lace. I love it. I fucking love it.
We fucking need 5 minutes. 5 more minutes of runtime.
It's actually only 4 minutes, but it does seem like 10.
Oh my God. It seems like 20.
Both shoes with no laces. So she puts the laces in, ties them up, tightens up the laces, on each shoe. And
right. Because she can't even just like lace them. Then she has to keep adjusting them. And they can't
tie them slower, bitch.
They can't be tennis shoes. They have to be high tops, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucker! I just got shot with a Nerf gun.
Oh
my God!
I heard the maniacal laugh in the background.
Yes. You take that elsewhere, boy. You take that elsewhere. Fuck.
Oh my God.
But then we go into another 10 minutes. Okay, again, I'm exaggerating, but we have Kathy and her friend, and they're watching TV, and it's Friday night. Why aren't we doing something with ourselves? These two girls, by the way, I mean, oh God. That was the clothes they wore, the hairstyles, everything. This I was in the Wayback Machine for all this. I'm like, oh, baby doll dresses and tights, right? But they sit there and they don't have anything to do on Friday night, so they're gonna watch Chickboxer.
Duh.
Right. What else would you do?
Card it to the movie a second time.
But it is a lot of repetition of, of her friend Frida just berating her
mercilessly. I mean,
yeah. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, bitch, you go to a party by yourself then. You know
exactly.
What? Fucking Kathy's happy staying home on Friday night watching this, and you're eating the popcorn. So fuck off. But no, so the protagonist in this, Kathy, she's freaking adorable and wonderful. So Tony, you're the trivia guy. Do you know anything about her?
I don't know much about her. I think this was her one and only performance in a film, and I mean you can kind of see why. I mean, the thing that gets me about her is, and the other girl who's playing Frida, is they're supposed to be 17-year-olds in high school. And I mean, like lots of horror movies. Lots of horror movies, obviously, they're not 17 years old.
Okay, they're obviously not 17, but like I said, I actually identified with them. And maybe because I'm older, I can kind of, pass that off. Just because, the way that the one girl, had her, just the top part of her hair and a little ponytail, and it was, short the rest of the way. I was like, oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 92.
The friend, I want to mention this for Maddie, and I did look this up. The friend was actually in Killer Nerd.
What?
I didn't even recognize her, really.
Yeah, I don't recall her role in the movie, but she's credited on IMDb as ID Girl. So I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Okay, in about a half an hour, Maddie's going to be watching Killer Nerd.
Yeah, you got to find her.
like Maddie needs an excuse to watch Killer Nerd.
Yeah.
I never need an excuse.
Yeah.
You taking and mentioning that, though, about the age is the biggest laugh that I had out of the entire movie. Immediately afterwards, when they're talking about the heartthrob, and then they're in school against the lockers, taking and talking, and then all of a sudden they're looking like late 20 somethings, and then it flips over to the guy, and he looks like he's absolutely fresh out of high school, and I died laughing.
Yeah, which is Lonnie Edwards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was obviously probably in high school around that time, because I know with Dead Next Door, he was only like 13 or something. So this was only maybe, you know, a few years, 3 years later or so. So
Yeah, because I think Lonnie he's like close to my age. So yeah, he would have been like high schoolish. But then we get his girlfriend, Rita, confusingly Rita and Frida. She looks like she's 35.
With pigtails.
Yes. We'll put pigtails and a cheerleading jacket on you. You're going to look young. Hey, I've said that to myself before. Doesn't work.
and talk about an aggressive girlfriend. I mean, goodness.
Yeah, there were a lot of stereotypes, a lot of very 80s stereotypes, even though this is the 90s.
After school special cliches.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The whole structure of this film felt like a long television episode, and I love that about it.
Oh yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, it was like Clarissa explains it all in a really bad way.
Yeah, with a couple of bad words thrown in, and we'll talk about the ending later.
Yeah. So yeah, we've already talked a little bit about the video store. There's this robbery. Okay, they live in this like sleepy little town. Nothing ever happens. Blah blah blah. There's a robbery at the video store, which, you know, JR gets held up. But the one dude, one of the thugs says to the one dude, he like knocks him out, and he's like, "That's what you get for renting Milo and Otis."
That's like my favorite part.
Yeah.
The whole Milo and Otis thing.
Yeah.
Were people aware at that time about how many animals were killed in that movie at that point?
I doubt it.
Or were they just talking
I think they just thought it was like cheesy.
Yeah,
I don't even think I'm aware because I've never seen the movie and I don't even know anything about it. So that's a conversation for another time.
That would be interesting to know, though. Like, I mean, I didn't know about any of the, you know, wrongdoings or, you know, the dark stuff till a few years ago.
Yeah.
Would anybody have known in 92?
It's not something fun to take and talk about, really.
Yeah.
It's very, very sad. If you want to cry, just taking a look up about the waterfall. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting away from
moving
that.
along.
Anyway.
Okay, so then we had the dinner with the mom, which is the most 90s thing I've seen in a long time. You know, because we got our shoulder pads and everything else, and like she wants to do karate lessons. There's like flyers at school, and she decides this is like, you know, a thing she can do, and you know, but her parents are overprotective, and so she's trying to talk her mom into it. She says, "Mom, it's the 90s. They can say bitch on TV." And you know what? I remember when that was a big deal. Dynasty, I believe, was the one that did it.
I like the line from the mom. She's like, "You can't sign up for karate class. They karate people in there."
Oh, and the mom said, "You know, your dad and I spent so much money on your braces. We don't want you to have your teeth knocked out." And like, she's like, "I've never worn braces."
I love it.
And then it's funny. It's like the 90s, you know, it's like the heyday. I mean, this is like around the time where all those kickboxing movies were getting really popular.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure is the inspiration for this film even being produced.
Even though there is no kicking, boxing,
no.
There's kicking. There's kicking in the
there
video.
Is kicking. There is a lot of kicking. Yes, Slade, you are correct on that.
But it's so funny, you know, like what kind of parent would be like, "No, you can't do karate. You can't do self-defense." I mean,
right, that you're going to pay for on your own. You're going to provide your own transportation to. Oh, geez. Whatever. So she wants to learn karate to be somebody. So again, another trope, very 80s trope. But then we get the political aspect of things. So these thugs go to talk to the mayor.
Knuckles and Herb.
Yeah.
I love them Knuckles.
Nux.
Nux.
Yeah, Nooks. Didn't they have that song reunited at some point? No, I thought maybe that was Peaches and her. I don't know. Yeah. Ba-dum-bum. Okay, showing my age. Oh God, I've aged myself about 12 times in the last half hour. So, fuck it, everybody. I'm 45, motherfuckers.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so why do they keep calling the mayor Corn Cob?
Maybe it
silence.
involves the blonde.
No, his last name is Cornblatt. It's Mayor Cornblatt. So I think it's a
yeah,
pun.
that's right.
It's a
That's
pun.
right.
Makes sense.
That's it makes sense, but that's way weak, dude. Way weak.
Most of Knuckles' jokes are pretty weak.
Yes, it is true. That is true.
I love when they start talking about the master. You know,
the master.
Yes, the master
doesn't like
show
when
enough
talk about guts.
Right, and talk about blowing your wad really fast. They're like, and the master, blah blah, and then they get to the karate school, and it's like the guy's like, yeah, I'm Cole, blah blah blah, but you can call me master. Oh, okay, so that takes the mystery out of that. There's a blackmail thing for $5 million of cocaine coming into town. Again, this is a town that admittedly they don't see any action whatsoever, and all of a sudden shit's going down, and they got a corrupt mayor and everything. What the fuck?
I'm no expert on drugs, but how in the fuck do you like fit $5 million of cocaine in like half a briefcase?
Oh, yes.
What's even funnier to me is when you look in the briefcase.
Yes.
It's mainly ones and
20s. Yeah. Yes. And he's like, yeah, that's 100,000 smackaroos or whatever. Like, well, no, that'd have to be like a trunk.
But you got to give it to these criminals. I mean, they're blackmailing the mayor to do a drug deal. I mean, that's pretty badass for a criminal, in my opinion, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty ambitious.
And then they're going on the other side. They're also blackmailing the cop. Like, not blackmailing, but they're enticing the cop, you know, so that he'll be mayor. How they have the ability to actually, like, pull the election in one way or the other, I don't know.
Threaten him with ninja stars, probably. Yeah.
Right. Camo pants and ninja stars, man.
Yes.
Magic.
Superior karate skills that they're learning in their 5-minute sessions.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. If I paid for that session, I'd be like, really?
How much is $41 a month, or was it like $41 a month or per? What's that in inflation?
Yeah, it just said something about karate lessons or whatever as low as $41 or something like that. So it didn't even really say like the frequency, although they did seem to be there every night.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when you walk in and the guy is like, yeah, I'm a motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. You're going to hate me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, kick. And now do that 4,000 times.
The Green Beret.
Oh, he was a cook for a Green Beret.
Cook for the Green Beret.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Steve Colt Jackson, played by James Black, who he's always fun to see and stuff. I like him a lot in this movie.
And this was the padding of the movie. Like, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure they just had a amateur karate class and they were like, hey, if we buy you guys Burger King, can we just videotape your class and have you sign this waiver?
Well, to me, it really felt like that kind of added to the whole, like, it feels like a TV episode because all that stuff is like really condensed and just completely, they don't know what the hell they're doing. So they're like, yeah, it's karate, just kick up in the air a bunch of times and go, yeah.
Right.
That will, it added to that for me.
And he never like once like corrects anyone's form or anything. It's the first fucking lesson. And he never goes like, no, you need to like put more weight on this. No, he just walks around like, yep, it's good. good.
The big part of the lesson is when he tells everyone that they have to call him master, and when they don't call him master, he gets all pissed off.
Except for Julia.
Julia.
She can call him, Julia can call him Colts.
Yes. And follow him into the back.
So why did he target Julia?
I don't know.
The jumpsuit, like that.
It was pretty epic.
Two girls in the class.
That was pretty epic. Although I gotta say, Kathy was wearing a Hard Rock Chicago sweatshirt. That was pretty cool.
My favorite person who's in there is the guy who looks like Rick Ocasek meets Howard Stern.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to mention him.
Too.
Yeah, he just later on, he just looks so excited to be there, and then later on he looks just so excited that class gets canceled early at one point. It's like, oh yes,
dude. Okay, so that was one of the things that I mentioned. I'm like, these are people who are paying for lessons, so getting canceled is not a good thing to them. They're losing money, but yeah, like there are a couple of them who are like, yeah.
Was it what was it? Viper. Viper. I'm sorry, I didn't get many notes on this. Viper Academy or the Viper Center.
Viper something.
Yeah,
wow.
And her friend's like, I've heard rumors about that place.
What kind of rumors? She doesn't elaborate on that, of course, man. So we find out that Billy, Lonnie Edwards, the only teenager in the movie, that his dad is a cop, or he was a cop. And then we go to this diner. It's, oh my God.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Slade, take it away, baby. Take it away.
No, I can't. Please, no, I'm just going to laugh through it.
Oh my God.
The waitress. No, I can't.
No, this is where I have 10,000 clams.
10,000 clams.
He opens it up, and it's all ones and 20s. And he's like, yeah, hey, future mayor. And then, okay, so these are the quotable quotes here. So then the waitress, is like, whatever, lame ass people. And someone says, don't give her a hard time. And then like one of them says, well, all women want a hard time, right?
My favorite is I want to know what the word of the day is. The word is legs, and I want to spread the word.
Oh, man. And that took him so long to get to the punchline. Like, dude, yeah. Oh, but okay. For those of you in my age range. So there is a saying they said about one person. He thinks he's hot shit on a silver platter, but he's really a cold turd on a paper plate. Is that how you guys said it?
The way I always heard it was hot shit in a champagne glass, and your moldy diarrhea in a Dixie cup.
Oh my! What? Say that again, Slade, please.
Hot shit in a champagne glass, but you're really moldy diarrhea in a Dixie cup.
Okay, Tony, have you heard this? Okay, I've always heard you think you're hot snot on a silver platter, but you're really cold boogers on a paper plate. Tony, do you got one?
I don't. I don't think that was a thing in Southern California. So,
Maddie, you're younger, but
I've never heard this in my life. Any of these?
Okay.
I like the moldy diarrhea though.
Wow, I thought for sure. I thought for sure that Slade was going to be hot snot on a silver platter, and then wow, wow.
I didn't know there were so many variations to this.
Wow,
I didn't either. I just thought it was.
And we're
to call away with words and get the etymology of all of this.
Oh no, it's called Urban Dictionary, babe. It already exists. We can figure that out.
Yeah, that place is scary. You can find out some really weird, like an Alaskan pipeline. That's a scary one.
Up.
No, don't look that up, or do.
I'm probably gonna look it up now.
Don't only look it up, but give it a try.
I tell you what, my fingers are twitchy, but I'm gonna keep my phone away during this podcast. But afterwards, Alaskan pipeline. Did find out what Eskimo sisters were though the other day because of Urban Dictionary. Look that one up.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's not that exciting, but it was a question on a trivia thing that we did for a podcast. But it goes along with the Alaskan pipeline. Wow.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, well, I mean, it does. Just in the,
Yeah.
wording.
Are we going to address like how horrible the sexual harassment to this poor waitress was?
Oh my God! Yeah. Okay.
It was absolutely terrible. And then when they brought out the Coke, it was totally fine. Totally fine.
If you're working as a waitress at this crappy diner in this sleepy little town, and someone offers you Coke and it's real Coke, which I'm thinking it was.
What did she say? Is this how I get famous?
Yeah, that's right. Snorting Coke off of a diner table. That's how everybody gets famous, girl. My God. Yeah, I mean, they were horrible. Well, they weren't, because Herb is like, he's a simpleton. He doesn't really care. In fact, later when like somebody says, yeah, if you don't get out of here, you're going to be like the special ingredient. The cook says it. You're going to be the special ingredient tomorrow's like omelet, blah, blah, blah. And Herb's like, an omelet? Can I have one to go?
They're not harmless. They fucking murder people.
Well, but Herb is a simpleton, though. He's kind of the Lenny of the two, right? I mean,
killed that girl real good. Yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
I'm talking lesser two evils. The omelet loving dude. Yeah.
We also get to find out how the guy's dad, who is on the police force, lost his job.
Yeah,
which is the
Is
best.
he real dead? Were you really selling drugs?
Right, like that wouldn't have been on the front page of the motherfucking papers.
Like, no one would mention it. Like it's just like nobody's going to take it. Selling crack to kids, literally.
Right? Can you imagine, like on a Friday, he's got his box of shit, and he walks in the door, and Billy's like, "Dad, what happened?" He's like, "Oh, I lost my job." Why? I mean, downsizing. I took too many days off. Blah blah blah. And then like later, you sold crack to kids.
Yeah, these fucking kids these days, they can't fucking trust them. They're damn snitches.
That's right.
You give them the good stuff, and they just stab you in the back.
Oh my God. But yeah, so class. So Julia's missing, and Colt is, doing his due diligence, being like, "Hey, yeah, we got somebody in our class is missing, and so we're just gonna cancel class." And this is when Howard Stern Mullet Boy is like, "Yes, like, wow, that's $10 I just lost."
He cancels the class, and then he just like, let's take and think about her, and then he puts the the missing poster like haphazardly on the side of the door frame. Just like with one little piece of masking tape. He's like, fuck this. Oh no.
Julia, she was expendable. Whatevs.
Yeah.
No, my confusion was, okay, so then, they call off class and everything. And then, that we have this meeting, this very loud meeting in this very small office right off the dojo or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And one of them says, "Did you have to kill the kid?" And I thought they meant
the movie
Julia.
Takes a dark turn.
Did they mean like the waitress?
I thought they meant the waitress that they were coking up.
Right. She wasn't a kid, though. That was my confusion. And Julia wasn't either, but I think Julia was supposed to be because she was under her parents' thumb.
They were talking about killing the waitress for sure.
Right. There was a lot of confusion in age here.
I just thought they were kind of bumbling through, just like, funny little criminals, and then all of a sudden murder's involved. I'm like, oh, okay. And then we get to see the hilarious reaction of the police chief later. Oh God, you taking bumbling in to get his God Almighty, this movie.
You know what? If Slade doesn't say, "Oh my God, this movie" during a podcast, don't watch the movie that we're talking about.
No.
Oh.
Well, it's funny is we've already talked longer than the film is, so.
Well, of course, we always do. That's a common theme. So Kathy is like, she's like, okay, oh wait, no, wait. Hold on. Another quote that I have in here is when the cop dude is like, what? You just, killing kids, I have a 12-year-old daughter. And then I believe it's Knuckles that says, oh, well, you know what they say, if they're old enough to pee, ... like, ... yeah. Okay, you went there. Okay. Don't want to know.
Oh man.
Yeah. I even have on here, why kill Julie again? So Kathy gets, she gets her, she's like, I'm gonna fucking do this, whatever. She's so naive. I love her for it, and I love that she doesn't get beaten down by the fact that she calls Michelle Bauer, the actress who is playing Chickboxer.
Greta Chickboxer Holtz.
Yeah.
That's right. And like, I mean, the ending of the conversation, she literally says here, get a gun and blow your head off. To this teenage girl who has real shit going on in her town. She doesn't know it or not, but the teenage girl, she's just like, okay, whatever. I mean, she could just sit in the bed and cry, but she doesn't, because that's not what Chickboxer would do.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And
this is obviously one of the highlights of the movie. I mean, because you finally get to Michelle Bauer. And I don't know if you guys were familiar with the other actress who plays her agent, but
no, she was super
really
familiar. She was super familiar.
She's actually not really an actress. She's an actor's mom. So she's the mom of Billy and Bobby Jacoby, the two brothers you probably know. Like
Billy Jane.
And Billy Jane, and as well as what's that? Dr. Alien, another one of my favorites.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So it's kind of cool. And what's the other funny thing is so the agent is talking to Chickboxer, trying to convince her to do a porno movie.
Yes.
Yes.
And she says, you got, Dave McCabe, he's the guy to work for. And what's funny, that's the name Dave Dakota used when he was directing porno movies. So.
Awesome.
I didn't realize that either.
Trivia I'll throw out there is the guy who answers the phone, the kind of assistant guy wearing the Kingdom of the Vampire shirt. Mm-hmm. That's actually a Dave Parker, who he did a lot of stuff for Full Moon. He directed the movie Dead Hate the Living, among others.
I love that one.
Yeah, that one gets a lot of undeserved hate. I enjoyed that one a lot too.
It's one of Full Moon's better, like more recent. Well, it's not that recent anymore, but at the time. But anyway.
Right.
And Maddie backpedals. Hey, it was all right. It was Full Moon and it was watchable. Yeah.
They had a lot of shitty movies from like that time period, but that was one of the ones that stood out to me.
A billion killer bong movies.
Yeah, they cannot quit those.
You know what? Whatever gets rented, right?
Ginger Dead Man.
I love Ginger Dead Man. I got that for my birthday in 2007 when it came out.
Yeah, don't diss on that movie, Slade.
I have all of them, so no.
Of course you do.
I have all the Killjoys too, though. So.
Oh yeah, Killjoy's fun.
I love that she's like, you know what'd really help your career is to do some porn. Right?
You know what? In 92, she's not wrong. There was money to be made back then. Yeah.
I love how she's casually wearing that outfit in her house. Like,
oh, yes. I kept waiting for the one little strip of like whatever it was, like very thin lycra to come off her nipple. As she was talking on the phone, I'm like, oh, it's going to slip. Oh, it's going to slip. And this wasn't even a pervy thing. I was like, just like waiting for it.
She also wears that outfit in Scream Queen Hot Tub Party.
And speaking of, we did not mention that when the girls are having their next slumber party, they are doing Linnea Quigley's horror workout. Another wonderful, wonderful film.
And I'm surprised being produced by Dave Dakota that they didn't actually throw Linnea Quigley's name on the box or anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd think they would.
They're like, we got her in it for 2 seconds in stock footage. Name on the box. I mean,
that's
pretty
slap on there.
The kids will love it.
I was confused too because they showed Linnea like for a second, you know, she's just doing like, you know, some basic stuff. But then when they cut to the girls, they're just doing like the stupid kick that the girl learned in karate class.
The one kick they learned in karate class. Yeah. And what's even funnier, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. This is how you kick your dog if he's barking. Like, what the fuck? It's so stupid. Anyway, go ahead.
What's funny to me is they're doing the Linnea Quigley horror workout, and then it like the clock hits 9:15, and the main girl, she's like, "Oh gosh, T-15. Chickboxer's been on for 15 minutes," and it's like,
dude, it's like the thing she lives for.
Yeah, but if it was your favorite show, wouldn't you have already been like, you would have stopped the tape already and watched?
Oh no, it would have been stopped at 8:30, dude. Yeah, there would have been no.
But I spent a dollar to rent that video.
That's right.
I guess so, right?
Hey! You know, back then $1. Well, $1 was pretty much what $1 is now. I don't know. Back then, there were times that I actually scraped up change to get like a gallon of gas. So. I guess I should shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you remember the genuine anxiety of watching television back then, of missing shows and then having to wait on reruns? Like, that's one thing I do not miss.
Or like when you're watching something live and you find out that your podcast is mentioned on the live show that you're watching, and then you find out that you can't go back and watch it. Yeah, that was the closest I've come to. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Who shot JR? What? You know? Oh, the good old days. There's something to be said for that, though. Like when you actually had to wait for something and...
It's more of an event.
Yeah, there was something about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I always loved Saturday nights, and you just say up all night.
Oh God, yeah. Best show ever.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Warped my brain. I blame that show.
Yeah.
Tony's like, I base my whole life on that show, so shut.
I was literally watching Up All Night just the other day. I mean, I still love that show.
Oh yeah. We need Rhonda on the show, man.
We do.
Yes, we do. I'm surprised she hasn't been on The Last Drive-In. I mean, I know she's not like necessarily friends, but like, you know, I mean, they're adjacent. So it
kind
would
of get lumped in.
Yeah, it would seem.
Joe Bob know each other. I mean, they got to.
No, I think they do. But yeah, like you would think that would, because she still does like the con circuit occasionally.
Oh, you don't want Gilbert Godfrey on the show?
No.
Hey, Gilbert.
I'll take Gilbert too.
Okay.
No, we'll take the girl for the main girl in this movie. You know, Kathy. We'll take anyone on this show.
No, I absolutely adore Kathy, and I know I love how natural she is. And like when she's talking, she's got this Midwestern accent and these dimples. And she reminds me so much of one of my podcast co-hosts, Lacey Lou. I don't know if you guys know Lacey, but like every time she would talk, I would be like, oh my God, it's like Lacey in the 90s. She was just adorable. Like, I mean, she's adorable. And just, you know, she had this spunk about her, you know? And those pink Converse high tops.
Yeah, when she's talking to her on the phone, and she's like, "Just kill yourself," and she's like, "Oh man."
Yeah,
well.
Yeah, like I mean that would be like legit reason for a kid in 2021 to go, I shot myself because you know this chick that I idolize on TV.
Well, no, blah, blah. And what does she do? Is after that she demands that everyone else calls her Chickboxer. Mm-hmm. So after that, she's like, I'm going to take on the bad guys. And she starts getting mad when no one will refer to her as Chickboxer.
Right. So then, we get to the coffee shop. So like they get to Billy's dad and they explain things or whatever. And then they set up a sting at the coffee shop, which I thought was actually pretty brilliant. I mean, it's so Chickboxer. Such a Chickboxer thing to do. But he's like sitting there like a homeless guy in the corner, you know, watches all the shit go down. And the cook brings out his fucking gun and blah, 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 you know, runs them out. And then
it's set up, Maya.
Yeah, that's right. Anderson's like, Maya, it's a setup. Anderson!
I love how they're oblivious to how shitty that mayor actually is, though. With this, they kind of treat him like a victim, but You've run on the whole I'm honest and I don't fuck anything up platform for the last 2 terms, but I'll traffic some cocaine, baby.
Right. You know, I mean, my cops need something to do, so we need a little bit of drugs in this town. Woo-hoo. But yeah, the whole that's when the omelet thing comes in, and I fucking love that. Then they go back to the dojo's not is dojo the right word? That's the karate thing, isn't it? Right? Has anybody?
I think so.
I think it's dojo.
I took karate when I was a kid.
Yeah, don't they? Isn't
dojo
it dojo?
Sounds right.
Dojo.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
We've all
were
seen
a karate kid.
Yeah, I'm like,
yes, I was a karate kid.
Seen Karate Kid, we've seen Miami Connection. None of us have really done karate, but we should know it's a dojo, I think. So they get back there, and of course, there's no class, and like Kathy is a badass. Like she just busts in. She's just like doing class, you know, and Master comes out like, oh, yeah, no, we cancel class, you dumbass. Yes, sir, I know. Yes, Master.
Yeah, just her and him and the boom mic operator.
Right.
Yes. Is it really SOV if you don't have a blatant, like circleable boom mic? Oh, yes. So awesome. But I love that they bait Herb with a dinner.
Like a TV dinner?
It was on a plate, which makes me wonder how the fuck they transported it. It was on a real plate, but like
very carefully.
Yeah, they baited him with like a warm meal.
That's the key to most guys, honestly. You just give us a warm meal, we'll pretty much do anything.
I was gonna say, you know, you gotta appeal to the weakness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You chuck him in the dumpster after. Not even really. They didn't even check to see that, like. God, oh man, I love this movie.
Yeah,
I can tell.
It's fun. I can't.
No, see, this is Slade. This is where you shine, babe.
Oh yeah,
it's when you can't don't hold back. Don't hold back.
I can't take and hold a conversation. I just shut down halfway through.
No, you just start laughing.
Yeah.
But
terrible.
You know what? That meal came in handy because Billy had that plate and he smashed it on the one dude's head. But okay, so I don't have a lot of notes after this, but they're kind of limping out. They've done what they needed to do, blah, blah, blah. And like, they're like, it's over. She's like, no, Julia. She had like a 30-second bonding moment with this 35-year-old, 17-year-old. And right. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna risk everything. And I'm gonna find Julia. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
she's a hero.
You skip the whole final battle, which I mean is obviously the climactic action scene of the film.
Right.
Which is the battle between Kathy and Colt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Take it away.
The 2-kick battle that kills Colt. Colt dies after being kicked by the new Chickboxer, Kathy, and
Chickboxer.
Yeah.
Tony. Yeah.
I've been drinking, sorry.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. I'm obviously being facetious, but then she starts banging the dude's head against the floor, like, where is Julia?
Where is she?
No, but I like that. I like that there's still potentially danger, but she cares about her friend? Question mark? I mean, or just she knows she's an innocent bystander, because that's what the real Chickboxer would do.
Well, she learned it in Chickboxer episode 7.
That's right. That's right. But okay, so how many of us have had somebody that we idolized? I mean, anybody, not just the 4 of us, but in general, that you've idolized and then found out they were a total fraud or something. I mean, like, we're older and we know that actors are not necessarily like, the characters, blah, blah, blah. But like she didn't let that taint her admiration of the character. And that's seriously like the takeaway. Am I really getting philosophical about this movie? Yes. But that's the takeaway. Like, she's like, it doesn't matter that the actress who plays her is a complete fucking bitch. The character is still inspiring.
For sure. Silence. I think that's spot on.
Yeah.
And
wow.
A lot of people don't think that way. So
no, right. Because I mean, like, I don't like Tom Cruise. I don't like the shit he does. I don't like the things I hear about him. So I can't watch a movie and be like, oh, I really like that character played by Tom Cruise. I can't separate that. She can, and that's super awesome.
What are you talking about? Scientology is a fantastic religion.
Yeah.
Are you a Scientologist, Slade?
No,
I didn't know that.
No, I'm not.
But, you know what?
But I do know where you can get your thetans read if you are interested.
Yes, Scientology is a great religion. And yes, I don't have the money for it, but yeah. Woof. Yeah. Woof. That's a big brother moment. Yeah, so they end up, doing that she gets Julia, which is nice. But then the ending.
I wonder what Greta Holtz does after a night of kicking bad guy butt.
The fact that she has to play herself in this porn is a little demeaning.
When we say porn, we mean pretty much literally porn. Like there's softcore anyway, because there's dry humping. And
there's dry humping. Yeah.
My wife was on the phone with family on a video call in the other room, and I had the volume turned up, and then all of a sudden this shit pops in, and I'm just like, what is this? Oh, they're gonna stop. They're gonna stop, and then she climbs on top of him, and you can see like part of his bush on the bottom, and then they start just gyrating. She's going, oh, oh. And I was like, oh shit, where's the remote? Where's the remote?
Oh, God.
The best part is hearing Dave Dakota go, back up, Michelle, back up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that.
Love it.
Oh God.
Yeah, but that was super awesome. Yeah, she's stuck doing porn. Although that guy he looked pretty virile, so whatever. So then we go to credits, and the one thing I have written down in the credits is titles were done on a Commodore Amiga 2000.
And you get to see the shoe tying again in case
Yes.
Yeah.
after the beginning.
Which is, the shoe tying thing was fine, but like you would have thought somewhere in the movie when she was kind of like, montage-y kind of thing, like she's getting ready, she would have been putting on the shoes. I mean, she wore the shoes, but like the shoes weren't pivotal ever again.
Actually, did she even wear pink Chucks in the movie? I don't
She
recall.
did. No, she did at least when she went to a karate class.
Okay.
But they didn't show her like languidly putting them on. Like it wasn't like this is my, my battle gear kind of thing.
I think we saw enough of her putting them on. I'm glad they didn't show it again.
I'm surprised that she didn't wear them the whole time because it took so goddamn long to put them on.
Just never took them off.
That's right. Because Chickboxer wouldn't.
Chickboxer wouldn't have a 10-minute intro with tying shoes.
Not unless her boobs were hanging out.
Well, and we didn't mention so there's that one scene where you actually get to see the Chickboxer's show in the movie.
Right.
Yes.
And it literally that's the
kicking.
director's cameo. So that's Scott Plummer, who's the director, playing
in the
guy
dirty Reeboks.
Who's getting awkwardly kicked by a foot that's not landing anything on him.
Yes. Which I think this might have been the reason why I didn't put two and two together, because like I hear Chickboxer and I'm thinking like it's going to be a movie with a lot of chick box. I'm thinking like Ninja 3, like that kind of thing. And it's like, oh, it's just a TV show that you don't even get to see. But it's kind of cool that you don't get to see it. Like, she idolizes it, and that's enough.
Yeah.
And that scene is so funny anyway.
Yeah. All right, let's rate this mofo. I mean, this ain't no things, but Tony, you want to remind everybody of our rating system?
Yep.
Yeah, please.
0's turkey. That means it's completely terrible. 1 is bad. 2 is fair. 3 is good. 4 is great. 5 is the most amazing movie ever.
Which is Things, of course. All right. Tony, you picked this, so you go first.
Oh, I want to go last. Can I go last?
Okay. Okay. Maddie.
I'm going to give it a 3. I think it's good, but it's definitely not great. It's entertaining for what it is, but it's not my favorite. But I think it's pretty good. It's a fun movie if you just want to turn your brain off and watch it.
Slade?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with like a 3.5. It drags in some parts, but when the laughs hit for me, they were they were pretty nice. And just God, yeah, this brought back so many memories of like old 90s TV sitcom stuff, and I just this could have played on USA Up All Night, except for the ending, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say this would be like appropriate for like younger audiences if it weren't for that last scene.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been P. It could have been like G.
Just turn it off at the credits.
Yeah, just cut out the cursing in the credits, and you've got a family friendly.
Well, but even the cursing, there. I mean, they didn't really like drop the F-bomb that I remember. I mean,
no.
The damn and that kind of stuff, but. Yeah, this totally could have been a USA original without that last part.
I thought you were going to say Lifetime original, and then you'd have to have the men abusing women more in it before.
Right. Right. Yeah. I'm right there with you. I'm going for a 3 out of 5. I really dug it. Like not something I'm going to revisit a lot, but something I'm glad I got to revisit. Yeah, it was ambitious and cute and fun and everything you want out of a 3 out of 5 movie. All right, Tony, Amanda.
All right, so originally I was going to give this movie 3 because I have 3 copies of this movie, but it does have Michelle Bauer in it, so that's got to go up half a point at least. So I also give it a 3.5. And one thing I really love about this movie, and maybe it's more for like if you're kind of a Tempe dork like I am, but it's got all the Tempe regulars.
Yeah.
You got James Black, you got Tom Hoover, you got James L. Edwards, you got all these people, and they're in pretty fun roles. I mean, the roles they do are pretty fun, and the story, the script is actually a lot of fun too. I think there's so many of those like after school special type cliches going on. But at the same time, there's also some pretty edgy dialogue, like we pointed out earlier. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. And like I said, on top of it all, you got Michelle Bauer. I mean, to me, it's definitely one of the better ones they produced for David Dakota out of like those 5 or 6 films that they produced for him. So I find myself coming back to this movie probably more often than I should. And, on second thought, I'm going to give it a 4. So I'm really
half point.
I love Chickboxer. I think it's great. I think it's a blast. I think if you're in SOV, check it out for sure.
So we will get into plugs for what we're doing, but I will say that so my friend Charlie Rs and I, we have lists on Letterboxd. If you're interested in following me on Letterboxd, let me know. And one of the lists that we have is movies with that green bank teller lamp. You know the lamp. You know it if you saw it. Kind of a desk lamp. It's got like a glass, sort of a curved green.
The Tiffany style lamps.
Yeah. Anyway, this movie made it to that list. We also have lists for movies with, so if you see any of these, anybody, DM me. I DM him in the middle of the night when I find these. Movies with that black cat clock where the tail wags and the eyes go back and forth. It all started because we made a list of movies that have J&B whiskey in them, and that is an extensive.
Oh, you go through Giallo's and you'd be watching movies for.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's amazing how many, it was like J&B whiskey was like, hey, everybody, fucking put us in your movies. We don't care. But our new one that I just put Metal Noir on, an SOV horror release, is movies with that peacock wicker chair. Yeah. So if you've got any of those, let us know. And yeah. So that's what I'm doing with my time. Slade, what are you doing?
Baby, and I'm watching like cool baby videos and listen to cool baby nursery rhymes and work. And I also enjoy sleep.
When you get it,
when I can get it. However, I've watched a few movies, but they're in increments now. I can't watch them all together. So usually one movie will end up to be 2 or 3 nights. Unfortunately,
head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Slade. That's all I gotta say. All right, Maddie Deering, what you got going on?
Oh, just still promoting Spirit Animal. I'm working on a short trash remover for an upcoming project and prepping Bathtub Shark Attack for hopefully shooting that next year. So keeping busy, trying to keep the projects coming. They're all SOV, so that's what I'm all about.
Maddie Deering keeping the SOV shitty shark. Okay, we had this conversation. There really hasn't been a shitty shark SOV.
I'm working on it.
And
I'm trying to
Maddie's gonna make
the
it.
goriest shark movie ever made as well.
Oh yeah. So Tony Masiello, basking in your recent award, what are you doing?
Right now, just focusing on the label. So we've been putting out lots of movies. Just last month, we put out Minds of Terror starring Joe Estevez, which was really cool. Specimen 6, which is a limited release, only 2 months only, from Joseph Vogley, which is a really neat slasher film, very unique slasher film. And tomorrow, actually, Blown comes out, which is a blow-up doll movie from David Hayes and the guys at Abnormal Entertainment, who you might know from the movie Backwoods, which is a personal favorite of mine. And so, yeah, just working on that and then producing a few movies. And I guess we'll go and let the cat out of the bag. We're working on the Natasha Nettie sequel right now, and that's actually what Maddie's working on. So Maddie's doing a short for that, which is really awesome. And
fuck yeah!
Also,
Thanks
Ron Ford and Joe Sherlock are also are working on shorts right now as well. So that should hopefully be out by the end of the year.
Awesome. All right, sovhorror.com. Go buy some fucking awesome movies. There's tons of awesome movies.
38 movies. 38.
If you're listening to this, you will love the movies that are there.
My shirts. Pillows.
Oh yeah, shirts. We got shirts.
Shirts, pillows. All kinds of cool shit.
Merch. We got merch. All right, guys. So this is the triumphant return of the SOBs who love SOV, and join us next time for not sure what yet.
A movie.
A movie. We can't tell you if it's good or bad.
Not yet.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Woo.